The PDB Reader is a required module whenever your builder workflow involves a protein structure. It provides the essential first step for preparing a protein or protein ligand complex prior to system construction. In this demo, we introduce the advanced options of the PDB Reader. Since there are 14 options in total, which can be difficult to explain all at once, we will instead present examples to illustrate each option in detail. We have already demonstrated the basic usage of the PDB Reader in a previous session. Here we will begin from step 3 to highlight the advanced options. If you need instructions on the basic functions, please refer to the earlier demo first. In this case, we will load the 8TX-HPDB, which contains the KRAS G12D oncoprotein in complex with the small molecule inhibitor MRTX1133 and bound to GDP and Mg2+ ions. In this dataset, chain A corresponds to KRAS G12D, and chain B corresponds to the inhibitor MRTX1133. In this demo, we will start from step 2 by entering the PDB ID and selecting the Run Protein PK, a calculation option. This step must be checked in order to set the protonation state in step 3. Once the option is selected, click Submit to proceed to step 3. 1. Protonation state. If confirmed in step 2, the user can enable the option to run a protein pKa calculation. When this option is selected, the program calculates the pKa values of titratable residues and applies the appropriate protonation or deprotonation states according to the specified system pH. The default value is set to pH 7, but the user may modify it if necessary, ensuring that residues are modeled with realistic protonation states for the given environment. We will set to pH 7.4. 2. Chain selection. In this case, we will load the 8TX-HPDB, which contains the KRAS G12D oncoprotein bound to GDP and the inhibitor MRTX1133. The structure also includes 2 magnesium 2+ ions, Mg heat B, Mg heat E, that stabilize GDP binding. Optional water chains, Wat A, Wat B, are also present but are typically deselected for analysis. 3. Mutation. In this step, we can introduce mutations by substituting standard residues with other standard residues. When a terminal residue is mutated, the terminal capping must also be updated, which will override the setting defined in the chain selection step. Any unsupported residues in the PDB will appear here, allowing them to be replaced with compatible standard residues. Users can refer to the How to Use guide for further instructions on handling such cases. For example, we will change glycine 13 to aspartic acid and click Add. 4. Lipidation. In this case, we can apply lipidation to specific residues. When the membrane protein option is selected, the lipid tails are automatically aligned with the hydrophobic core of a bilayer centered at Z equals 0. For example, in 8TXH, a myristoylation modification can be applied to the N-terminal glycine, reflecting a common lipid anchor in membrane-associated proteins. 5. Post-Translational Modifications. Post-translational modifications such as acetylation, methylation, or succinylation can be defined in this step. For 8TXH, one example is the acetylation of lysine at residue 104 in chain A, which is represented as KAC. 6. Terminal cappings. In this option, terminal capping is applied by default. If you want to generate a cyclic peptide or protein, you must select cyclization. In this case, however, you may choose neutral caps, charged caps, or apply custom caps depending on your modeling needs or the force field requirements. Here, we will keep the default selection. 7. Change side chain orientation. If you select the option to change side chain orientation in step 3 and then click Submit, you will proceed to step 4. In this step, you can adjust the Chi-1 angle of a specified residue. Simply select the residue you want to modify and fine-tune its dihedral angle to achieve the desired geometry. Be sure to check that the adjusted side chain does not create steric clashes with neighboring residues. Once the orientation is set, add any additional modifications as needed. After reviewing your changes, click Submit to proceed. After setting all the options and clicking Submit, the generation begins. This process takes some time. Once the generation is complete, the KRAS PDB is properly loaded. The resulting PDB can then be used for various studies such as MD simulations or free energy calculations.